NEDA Chief Arsenio Balisacan says the Philippines remains an attractive market and investment destination given its continued economic growth despite the prevailing weakness of the global economy. According to Balisacan, the country's economic fundamentals remain strong. Balisacan made the statement after the release yesterday of the second quarter gross domestic product data, accelerating 5.6% from previous quarter's 5%. Last quarter's Philippine economic growth, bolstered by significant improvement in government spending and robust growth of the services sector, is currently the third largest among Asia's major economies, China and Vietnam. More details from Freddie Abando.
Although the economy's growth picked up to 5.6% for the second quarter, projections of 7 to 8% for 2015 will be a major challenge given the impact of the slowdown in the global economy. No less than the President's economic advisors, NEDA Secretary Arsenio Balisacan and Budget Secretary Florencio Abad said it's more realistic to attain 6 to 6.5%. The fundamentals of the Philippine economy are on solid footing to weather the downturn affecting emerging economies. The Philippines ranks third among the best performing economies in Asia. China leads, Vietnam is number 2.
It's very difficult given the deterioration in the global environment. But you know, anywhere between 6.5 would still be a very remarkable achievement, because even at 6, you would still be one of the fastest growing economies in the world. So it's not a big deal, that you miss the 7 to 8 because of the or given the changes in the global environment.
You have to consider the uncertain and volatile environment that we have. In fact, many countries around the world are suffering. Foreign exchange fluctuations, their equity markets are in a tumble. Merchandise prices are falling. In a way, the Philippines is lucky that a significant part of its growth is domestically driven, and that's why we are not being hit as we're not hit as much as the others. If you have $27 billion from remittances and $18 billion from BPO revenues, and your balance of payment is surplus, and you've met your target already for the year, mid-year, and you have more than 80 billion reserves, I mean, that economy is secure, and that's us.
The remittances of overseas Filipino workers sustained the growth of consumption. In 2014, it reached $27 billion for the first 2 quarters of 2014. It's on track to surpass last year's figure. Manufacturing's growth is also up, although exports for semiconductors and electronic products are down. Construction maintained its upward trajectory. Private companies are expanding their operations. More high-rise business buildings and high-rise residences are sprouting in major urban centers all over the country. Another major driver for growth is government spending. It's up after a slowdown for the first quarter. For the rest of 2015, it's expected to gain more ground as the government's infrastructure program will pick up pace.
We project that the spending pattern will hold, and therefore, especially, there is a lot of pressure now, to finish all the projects before election time. And there's also a lot of pressure to prepare for the implementation of the 2016 budget. So there will be a lot of activities along those ends. So that will help perk up further the spending of government.
We have a number of challenges to fix, particularly in the area of infrastructure. With the economy rapidly growing, it's not unexpected that the infrastructure difficulties will come in, because that is usually the case, that there is quite a lag between the economic performance and the need for new infrastructure facilities.
The boom of tourism has been sustained as more foreign tourists visit the Philippines. Domestic travel is also up. It has a multiplier impact on the economy. It has generated jobs all over the country, given its inclusive impact, especially in providing more jobs and reducing poverty incidence in the countryside. Today, tourism accounts for 7% of the country's domestic product.
Tourism is, in fact, the third largest export business of the Philippines today. The Philippine Statistics Authority has in effect, given adequate discounting for the contribution of other industries, has already isolated the tourism income to something pretty close to, it's approaching about $6 billion a year now. So it is a very significant contributor to that, I would think. Long haul, tourism is a national business, very, very clearly. And it is national in the sense that the scope of its inclusiveness now covers almost 7% of all employment. The implication of that, of course, is that both in the cities and in the countryside, you have a burgeoning of participation. And that multiplier effect, we hope to see more and more of. You see, it is, in fact, in a state of acceleration now. There have admittedly been setbacks, but there is no industry that doesn't have any. But this is one industry, setbacks and all, that has never remained stagnant. It grows consistently.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.